We've been trying to have a baby since June of 2020.
After 2 years of struggling with fertility treatments and IVF, last fall Taylor and Travis finally got the news they thought might never come. Taylor was pregnant.
We're over the moon excited.
The couple named their daughter Phoebe.
We'd made announcements to everybody in our lives.
But then at 17 weeks, a scan revealed something was wrong.
I mean, when he said this baby will not survive, I remember not comprehending the words.
Their daughter had what's called an encephalocele, essentially a bubble-like structure on the skull, which meant the baby either wouldn't survive the pregnancy or would die painfully hours after being born. What was your reaction when you got that news from your doctor?
It was heartbreaking to hear that there's bad news, and not only is it bad news, but it's fatally bad news was just shocking.
So we were left with a horrible decision of what do we do?
Getting an abortion was out of the question here in Texas, where an exception to the state's ban is only allowed if the pregnant female has a life-threatening physical condition that places the female at risk of death or substantial impairment of major bodily function.
If the fetus or the baby, the embryo, is the one whose life is in danger and it has a heartbeat, in that case, there are no exceptions in the state of Texas.
Taylor's doctors gave them the name of an abortion clinic, but legally couldn't advise her beyond that. The couple ended up flying to Colorado.
We were left completely on our own. Like, we had to be in public in Colorado and like go to get food, and it was just, we were in a hotel. It just was very bizarre to have to go through the worst thing in your life publicly.
On top of that,
because of those laws in Texas, we couldn't use our medical insurance for this procedure, so we had to pay out of pocket for everything.
On the way home, they bought this stuffed bear holding its baby as a way to remember Phoebe. What have the last several weeks been like for you?
It's a lot of grief. I also am very angry. I have a lot of anger towards what happened to me and what I was made to do. And you do feel kind of like you did something shady on the black market when you just got health care.
But pro-life groups who helped craft abortion law here in Texas have staunchly defended the ban's provisions.
The child is a human being from that first beginning moment of fertilization. They deserve our legal and moral protection.
And the bottom line is life won. The body within a woman's body is not that woman's body.
Things are not black and white. There's gray area to everything, and they're hurting real people with this law, whether that was intended or not.
Why do you think it's important that people hear your story?
I'm not an exception. Our story is not an exception. There are thousands of Texas women who are going through this and are left with an impossible decision, and then it's made even worse.
Sharing the story and hopefully lessening the burden on them a little bit, and some of the guilt and shame that they might feel from making these decisions.
Despite everything, Taylor and Travis say they're going to continue trying to have a baby and raise their child right here in Texas. Why is it important for you guys to stay put?
It's important for me to stay put because I want to fight for this. If we are able to have children in the future, they'll know that they have an older sister, and that's always going to be something we think about every day.